and welcome to Indigo's Oracle on Spiritual Psychics TV. I hope you're doing really, really well. I've got this lovely glowy hue at the moment and this wonderful backdrop, which is courtesy of our producer. So it's not my own work, this one. You will see sometimes my own work behind me. But today I've got this rainbow and these beautiful wings. And I'm not saying I'm an earth angel, but I would like to bring you a bit of peace and a bit of reassurance and some entertainment, because that's what we have to do as readers. We need to say that it's for the fun of it, even though we totally believe in what we do. So I would like to offer to you to make your own decision in this moment. So enjoy the show going forward. And know that you make your own decisions with everything in life, and that's very, very important. So we've got my information at the bottom of the page. You can also find me on Facebook under Indigo Creative Clairvoyant, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's really important because, for one, you'll know when we're live. We have shows all through the week, Monday to Sunday, different times of the day, and obviously different shows. We have psychics, we have mediums, we have readers of all kinds, we have healers, we have people talking about paranormal, we have people talking about crystals, so much variation. And I would risk being wrong to say we're probably we are the most varied spiritual channel you can come across, and we are all very heart-centered. We are here for the people, not for profit. On that note, we all do take private readings, but that's something that can be investigated further through our pages. So if you also would like to support our channel, you can become a patron, but further information will come with that later. I'd love to see who is here this afternoon. I know it's a bit of a grey afternoon in Bristol in the UK. That's where I'm from. And hopefully some people are sort of feeling, I fancy a bit of a pick-me-up. I'll just nip on Spiritual Psychics TV. So I'd love to say hello to some people. And also don't forget that bell icon to switch your notifications on for SPTV. Then you'll know whatever you're doing, wherever you are, when we're live. And you can also go back and re-watch on YouTube. So don't forget that also. I'm not seeing any comments. What's going on? No, I don't know the song. We're having, oh, there we go. Hi, Neelam. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for being here. So we got Christina Marius. Thank you, darling, for being here. And Cameron De Silva, thank you very much for being here. It's really lovely to have you. Jojo SA, hi there. Are you South Africa? Are you South Africa and 50? I hear it's your birthday very recently, so very happy returns to you. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Alison. I caught some of Veronica's show. It was lovely over the weekend. I can't stay on YouTube or Facebook much on the weekend because my husband gets a bit annoyed because I'm doing this all the time. So Alison, lovely to see you here. Thank you for being here. Mr. and Mrs. B, I love that photo. You are such a lovely couple. I'd love to play chess with you, in fact. I know that's a bit of a random thing to say, but I need to say it. Michelle Rodenite, lovely to be here. I remember you. When's your picture going to come up? I want to see what you look like, darling. You're more pretty than a flower. You're more pretty than a flower. Love the rainbow. This is courtesy of our producer, Mr. Richard. Hi, Stacey, and thank you very much for all your support lately, Stacey. I have been noticing your beautiful comments, especially on my jewellery. Thank you very much. Hi, Siobhan. I'm glad you liked your certificate that I've designed for you, and that'll be in the post this week. Hello, Sally Worker. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're keeping well. Hi, Kelly McKeating. Oh, bless to you. You're here every single week. Every single show. Oh my gosh, most of you are here every single show. Hello, Sage. Another one that doesn't show their face. You've got clownfish though, and they're rather lovely. I love clownfish. Hi, Steph. It's lovely to see you here. You have the most enticing eyes. I'm sure your partner says that to you. Hi, Di Fleming. Oh, where's your face gone? Your face is normally there. You've got like a lovely sunset. You're feeling like you need a bit of a holiday, darling. I think we all do, don't we? My husband the same, Veronica says. He got very stroppy once, and I've tried to take the hint. Been painting my kitchen grey, does that count? Oh, I don't know what you're talking of, my sweets. Being grey outside. Well, I don't know. Grey's one of those interesting colours, isn't it? It can be quite somber, but it can be quite refreshing as well. So, a bit grey and chilly in Richmond, Surrey. Yeah, I'm in Bristol. Well, Keynsham. Probably don't like being called Bristolians because we're not Bristolians or Bathonians. We're Keynshamites, as someone would say. Anytime, sweets, well deserved. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. So I want to begin with a very, yeah, the other half's backyard in Florida. Ha ha ha. Oh, bless. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So I want to begin with a very, very short grounding. So I just feel that there's so many people right now, unfortunately, spreading a lot of fear. And it's up to you to what you believe in, because my complete understanding in this world and the spirit world is your belief creates your experience. So there's people out there that say it's black and white. That I'm not that person. Maybe that's why I've got a rainbow over my head. But what I would say is a positive outlook in life actually brings a much better conclusion, a much better experience. Some of you have heard me say that my dad has he has 3 types of cancer, and lots of people have said to me, aren't you upset about it? Aren't you this, that, and the other? And my whole family have the attitude of, he's doing fine. The moment he's not doing fine, we will grieve. The moment he's not doing fine, we will act upon that emotion. But at the moment he's doing fine, and he's just had a checkup. So those of you who've been following, he's doing all well. So that's brilliant. No checkup till 3 months time. So seeing as we've had one of the most stressful times of possibly my father's life, I think he's doing really, really well. So if he can do it, you can do it. So I'm going to start you off with a gentle grounding. So 3 deep breaths. 1 deep breath just to bring yourself back to your spiritual self, to the center of your body, to the place which doesn't feel that worry, that place that just senses what's around you and going on around you energetically. And I'd like to take a 2nd deep breath to let go of all of the words and the worry and the drama and the gossip and the rumors and things which you do not know are true in your world. Know your own truth. Okay, it's up to you whether you want to focus into that truth in which direction, but know your own truth. And then another deep breath to go back to your spiritual self, to the center of your body, your solar plexus. And we're just going to send really gentle roots from the bottom of our feet down into the ground, deep, 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 further and further and further and further and further into the ground. And as our roots get to the center of the earth, or the central area that you can sense, it comes across the most beautiful purple, white and green crystal. Now this is in a gorgeous sphere, and it's as smooth and just so inviting, and you wrap those roots around this sphere, and this sphere is known as fluorite. Fluorite is a crystal that will give you psychic enhancement. It will also allow you to see clearly. It will allow you to see clearly with your heart and with your 3rd eye. So we're going to wrap our roots around this crystal. We're going to take in that beautiful fluorite energy. We're going to take it back up through the roots, this purple, white and green light that's just swirling and turning into our body. And we're going to flood our body from the fingers to the toes, from the top of your head to your back of your legs. I'm not going to say above, but we're going to just fill the entire body with this beautiful glow. And we're just going to know that our heart and our 3rd eye, our intuition are working in unison and really going to work to bring you the greater good in your life. So follow that guidance, follow that inner knowing, and know that you're safe and all is well. And in any moment that you feel of disharmony, you can go back to this place. So just with a gentle, deep breath, you can open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, and come back into the room. So I hope that's given you just a little bit of a feeling of security, of feeling with that you have a knowing, because we're all born with a knowing. Some people choose to develop it. I'm doing a development session this evening, so you can find me and speak to me about that. But some people choose to develop it. Some people choose to ignore it. And the people who choose to ignore it, I can guarantee you will not have the easier, well, not the easier life, but a more fulfilling life than those who choose to follow it. Okay, on that note, if your voice in your mind or your feelings of your knowledge is to self-harm or to cause yourself injury or others, that is not spiritual advice. So you must seek assistance if that is happening. I must say that because it's very important. Spirit will never be unkind to you. Spirit will never turn around and say you're useless, you're fat, you're ugly, you're worthless. They will enhance and encourage every step of your life. Thank you very much for working with me there. So those who haven't met me before, I'm Indigo Creative Clairvoyant, otherwise known as Indigo Starseed, and this is Indigo's Oracle on SPTV. Hi Elaine Macy, hi Jessica, beautiful grounding. So it's just a gentle grounding. You can use the roots with any crystal you choose. So my training is in a shamanic base. So I have a certain amount of stones that I really like to use because that's what I've used within my training. But you can use anything. You could even use, if you really don't feel safe, you could use like a lead weight, or you could use a metal safe or something to wrap your roots around. It doesn't have to be a crystal. I just really like crystals. Okay, afternoon Heidi, lovely to see you here. So I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to show you anyway and try not to tip it up. If I tip up, you'll all laugh. Right. This is one of my jewelry drawers. I love jewelry. You should know this by now. These are not generally my creations. There's a couple in there. And that's what I would like to read from. Hi, Pamela. I didn't think you were being rude, darling. I just, I was talking in the middle of your comments. So hello. Thank you for being here. You would never be rude to me. Rude to me is like someone was on my broadcast last night, not broadcast last night. Someone put some comment on my page yesterday, and there's not much that will block you from my page, but if you're rude to me, it will, because there's decorum, isn't there? There's decorum, and if you question something, then that's fine. The questioning this lady had was of the fact that today is technically, and this is a known fact, that one of the most depressing days of the year. And the reason being, it's after Christmas, we haven't got paid. It's very logical. We've spent all our money on being extravagant, and some people overspend for Christmas and all these things. So that's the reason it is. But instead of her being pleasant about it and questioning it, she was quite damning and quite rude. So that will erase you from my world, but not saying good morning or good afternoon. Hello, Angela Romaine. Lovely to see you here. I've not met you before. How exciting. So I'm going to do readings from my jewelry. Those of you who see me work, I will read from absolutely anything, and I go with what I'm inspired by every week. I have got a sack of different oracle cards, so I will go through those also. I've just got some beautiful destiny cards, so those will be coming out very, very soon. But what I'd like Mr. Producer to do, please, is if he could choose a VIP, because I do feel that I would like to honour the fact that they are SPTV VIPs, and I will start with my first reading of today. That would be great. Is he there? Hello. Okay. Oh, cool. Hi, Janie. Hello, good afternoon. I love that picture. You look so content. I don't know quite what you were doing, but you were very happy in that picture. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary Dixie. I missed the very start. I caught the first part about the fluorite beautiful stone, of which I have one. Absolutely. So you can rewatch it any time, you know, rewatch any of the broadcasts. And so we're going to work with Mary. Lucky you, lady. Lucky you, lady. I haven't read for Mary in a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate, because it's really important to me to share with other people who are watching the ways they can work and the ways they can tune into information and energy. So I'm going to demonstrate a past, present and future reading with Mary. Okay, so I'm not looking. I've got this wonderful tray of array of things. It's a bit like a memory game, but without the memory game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So the first thing I've got, Mary, is I've got my silver cuff. Okay, now it's a bit battered. This used to be an amulet of mine. This used to be like it was my warrior jewelry. I brought it in Mexico. I traveled around Mexico, and we went to a place called Taxco in Mexico, which is known for its silver jewelry. And I hunted and hunted for the biggest, heaviest silver cuff I could find. And it's a bit Xena-like, really. I need to get it polished up and then I'll wear it again. But I'm a bit fussy about things like that. Okay, so what I want to say, Mary, is that this cuff is really bringing a feeling of excitement and adventure. Now, this is something from the past. I know you used to travel. I don't know whether you traveled outside of the UK, but I know you used to move around a lot. I also know that you used to enjoy picking up things in shops. So I know that you would be quite a magpie, quite like me, actually, with your energy. The silver in it is saying about your psychic and your intuition, which has always been there. But I feel in the past you did more cards and more I'm going to say clairvoyance, because that's what's coming to mind, than you do now. But that's completely and utterly your choice. I want to say that in the past was a time that you feel more comfortable with. You feel more like things were reassured, that they were kind of continual, that they were similar, even though you're moving around. It didn't feel like things changed that much. It was just a change of scenery. Um, Going back to your childhood, I also want to say that I believe that your father would have had a role where he would change locations, because that's what they're bringing in for me also. So the silver itself is a metal which is very pliable. It's very malleable, and it can, you can make all sorts of things from it. So you can make practical things out of it. You can make things which are useful. And I feel with you, Mary, that you're more of a person who, certainly in the past, and maybe in the present, prefers things to be pretty but practical. So you would like something to have a use. So there might be a thought in your head that, oh, that could be a bottle opener or something like that going on in your mind. But that's what I want to say. I also want to say that the old memories for you um, are very distant now. So your land of your youth, the land of being in the 20s, this is where I'm going, because I was in my 20s when I got this bracelet. Um, it feels very distant now, but there's some need of writing down your story, Mary, because I feel that there's someone in the family, especially a little girl, that would love to receive your story. Now, I don't know if this girl is on the earth plane or not. They're just telling me a little girl would love to receive your story. Okay. All right. Oh, my neck just clicked, Mary. Is that with you? Because that's nothing I've been doing. I hope you're okay and that's not a current thing. But that was a real crack. I don't know whether you heard it down the microphone, but my neck really clicked then. That's not something I normally have, so I don't believe it's with me. I believe it is with yourself. So I want to be lovely to have some feedback from Mary, and I'm going to go into the second necklace. So This was made by a dear friend of mine. Actually, I should wear it more often. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. It's made of clay beads. Look at this, all handmade. And it was such a lovely gift. It was completely out of the blue. And I feel, Mary, that this is what's going on around you at the moment. I feel that people are really supporting you from a place that you didn't believe they ever would. I feel that you've got friends from a place you didn't think you ever would. And it just feels like life's quite magical, even though there is a little bit of a fear, because it does have a peacock feather on it. And one thing within my family, not my mother, but my father, is incredibly frightened of peacock feathers. So father travelled as a child. I do like gadgets. I don't know of a little girl. My neck cracked last week. Oh, it's not usual. Okay, well, as long as you're okay, because that was really uncomfortable, but that definitely was with you. So there's a little bit of a fear of what's going to happen to me. There's some fear around where you're living, or whether your living conditions or living situation is changing. But I want to refer back to your new friends. I want to refer back to the people who want to support you. And I feel that they are both in spirit and both on earth. So there's a gentleman with glasses that would sit them at the end of his nose, and he would like to say to you that I am always here for you, my dear. Always here. I can't tell the relationship. He's not telling me. He's a very private man. But he's saying in times of concern or fear, please reach out, because there's so many people around you. Now, the green in the necklace is indicating the healing. The yellow is indicating the learning. So there's an interest in learning, healing yourself. There's an interest in developing what you know already. The purple and the swirls within the necklace, I want to bring you some artistic enjoyment. I want to bring you the idea of sitting with possibly some encaustic wax, because I feel that would really suit you, which is where you hit the iron and you use the wax. I've done some readings with it on here before. But if not, something with bright colour, Mary. I want to bring you nice bright colours. I want to bring you bright, vibrant yellow, a bright, vibrant purple. And I just want to put more colour and play into your day, because it does feel like sometimes it can feel a bit like Groundhog Day. It can feel a bit like things are the same. They're same but different, but they still feel very samey. I want to say to you also that there's been a sound around you recently. You're not quite understanding what it is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I feel they're going to reveal themselves to you. You need not be in fear, and I know you're not anyway, but it's just more of an inquisitive thought. But I do believe that there's some great people around you, like I say, on earth and in spirit. I fear around a friend, not me. Okay. All right. So fear in itself is something that grows, Mary. So the best thing you can do with a friend, if they're in trouble, is to send them healing, to send them a prayer, to send them a wish, to send them the best mental positive energy you can. You can sing for them, you can chant for them. There's so many different ways you can do it. But if you feel into that fear, you make it grow. And fear growing is not a good situation. So that's what we're bringing for you. But if you're fearful for someone else, fully understandable, but try and work on the vibration of love rather than fear if you can, my darling. Okay? But everyone has their journey in life, and it's very difficult, but we have to accept that. Green is my favorite color. I've been a healer since 1984. Color is very important with me, and I work with it. Okay, so your future we've got here, Mary. So I've got this bracelet which is inlaid in mother of pearl. Okay, so I want to say you need to be a bit more gentle with yourself, because this is very smooth. It's set into brass. Brass is a very, very hard surface. It's actually quite hard to work with. But to inlay metal, it's very useful because of just the way it works. So I want to say having a hard base, having a solid base, having a solid security for yourself is really important. But I also, every morning, one of her fears was abated last week. Okay, thank you very much. Can someone explain what abated means? Does that mean finished or completed, or did it happen? I'm sorry, Mary, I'm not sure what that word means. Um, my human dictionary's downstairs, and he's very good at it, but with some words I get a bit stuck. So it's past. Oh, you gave me a fright of my life. Did you see me jump then, folks? No, it's past. Well, I'm very, very glad. Very, very glad. So I want to see more beauty around you, Mary. I want to see you be more gentle with yourself. I want to see you share the words that come into your mind, because you have lots of creativity in here, but you don't release it, you don't share it. And I feel that this is something you're going to really enjoy once you get involved in it. I do want you to write your life story. I want you to remember a time when you were on a beach and you found a very, very special shell, because that's what they're bringing to me. And this very, very special shell might have just been that you opened it up and it was blue or purple inside. I don't know. But they're just saying about this moment of wonder. They want to take you to the beach, they want to take you to the sea, because I feel that you're really losing this. So I used to be called dictionary. Oh, that's okay. I was about to say, there was something that I said, wasn't there? I said that I get stuck on my words sometimes. I don't feel you get stuck on your words, but I feel you get emotionally stuck with what to say. So understand that's absolutely fine. Wonderful. You make cards. Absolutely. So share out your work. Allow people to see what you do. Allow people to give you compliments, because I feel sometimes, Mary, that you're someone who likes to sit in the shadows, and that's absolutely fine. But it will benefit you in life if you have some positive feedback, because these, just like the fear, the positivity grows. So someone sending you this lovely feeling is a wonderful thing. There's also use of the smudge and the shell. So I don't know whether you've got an interest in shamanism. Maybe it's something you'll develop in the future, Mary. But I want to say about connecting with an ancestor, and this is going way back. This is not a recent ancestor. I feel this is a lady from the Victorian times. They would have a big house, and you've seen a photograph of the family house that she owned. It's a big stone house in the countryside, and it's got a very big wooden door, because they're showing me this. So they're just saying that sometimes when we work with spirit, we can sort of think, oh, I want to work with my dad or my mum or my auntie or my granny or whatever. And sometimes the older ancestors really want to support you in your world also. I do get the I get the I get the impression that she had a baby, because I've just seen a cot, but it's not a cot, sorry, a pram, a very, very old-fashioned pram. And I've also seen a coral teething tool, which would be something in the Victorian days. It's tipped with silver, and it might be the connection of the silver jewelry that has brought this, I'm not sure. But I do want to say to you that there's more and more coming forward for you. The more you sit with your own energy, or you develop in whichever way you choose, because I do feel that if not, you're doing that already, you will be doing that. You're going to connect further with this lady. All right. I have a guide who connects with a shaman who I knew. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, keep on working and keep on sharing your gifts. I'm not keen on the word gifts, so that would be something you'd use, not me. But I would say keep on sharing the love, because the love is the important thing, and that's the love of spirit. Thank you for working with me, Mary Dixie. I appreciate it. Lovely, lovely. So who's still here? Have I got any water? I think I drank it all, I think. Sorry, I got cold tea. Cold tea's lovely. It's something that I'm not aware of. Okay. You will be. You will be. Hello, everybody who's just joined. Hi, Monica Jones. Thank you. Thank you for saying about my vibrations. It's good vibrations, eh? Yeah, I like that too. Thank you. Hi, hi, Daniela. Sarantara too. Hi, Ruth Townsend. Lovely to see you here. Hi, Gary Walker. Nice to see you here. Lovely smile. Smiles are so important. Smiles are so important. All right. Thank you, Mary Dixie. Do take note of what was said and get in contact when she pops up because she's coming. But don't be worried. And it is so important. People who are training as a medium to not dismiss family members from the past. And I mean long way back. I did a demonstration once in Portishead, and I remember seeing someone who was from the 1930s, and he kind of, I think he had like safari gear. I don't really remember the readings I give. Um, but I gave a description of this person. I gave his name, and I said which side of the family he was from, all sorts of information. And I kind of thought at the time, am I, is this is crazy. This is so far back. And it turned out that the man in the audience, who is probably in his 40s or 50s, actually had a photograph of him in his wallet that he used to carry around. So never dismiss the information you get from spirit. Is really important. Hello, JC Marsh. Lovely to see you here. I love that smile. And you're a lady who loves jewelry too. You're a lady who loves jewelry. All right. So, oh, I hear you're joining our family soon. It would be lovely to see you work and enjoy the motion. The motion. No, that's not the right word, is it? Enjoy the moment. Let's put it that way. Oh, it's all fun and games. All right, so we'll move on and see who. So can you choose someone, please, Mr. Producer, please? Hi, Lisa Paris. All right, that's fair. Who has never had a reading off me on this show, please? Can you speak up? I'd really like to know because there's lots of people on here who are beautiful souls and they've had so many readings off me. We just want to see who hasn't had a reading from me. Hi, Lisa. I love your photograph. It's beautiful. You just look so at peace. I hope that's the reality. Okay, so I'll work with Steph. Hi, Stephers. Nice to have you here. So if you can interact with me as I work, that would be really beneficial. Okay. So the first one, hi, Sarah Matthews. So this is for Steph. So the piece of jewelry I've picked out for you is my Maleficent. Now, yeah, it's one of my favorite. Oh, I can't say it's my favorite piece of jewelry. I got loads, but it is signed by the Linda Ravenscroft, so it's really quite special. She's an amazing artist, so you can look her up. She's in Glastonbury. She's got like t-shirts, mugs, lampshades, everything, all with fairies and kind of etheric creatures. Let's say it that way. So this is Maleficent, and it's connecting me, Steph, to a childhood of belief in fairies, a childhood of belief of things down the bottom of the garden. I'm not sure whether it's a thing you did, but I'm kind of seeing you putting out little sweets or little pieces of sugar for the fairies at the bottom of the garden. And I want to say that's really connecting to your childhood energy. There's a real feeling of connection with the trees, connection with the plants, and I feel this is from a very young age, especially one in someone's garden. Now, I don't believe it's your parents' garden. I feel it possibly is grandparents or another member of the family, but there's a little tree that you would sit under and close your eyes and just have a thought under. So you may have meditated, but you may have meditated without not knowing you were meditating. The pink and the purple is very much saying about you understood the mystic. You didn't do that I'm aware of. Okay, bear with me. If I've got it wrong, bear with me. The pink and the purple are connecting you to understanding that you needed, where are we going? I've just lost it. It's understanding that you have a connection to something other than what's in your world. So you would read books. I loved being outside. My grandparents had a garden full of flowers. Okay, all right. If you don't connect to the tree and sitting by the tree, can I leave you with that image? Because it might be something that you physically had in a book or had in an object, because I'm just seeing the tree and I'm seeing someone sat underneath the tree. Okay. I want to say to you that your childhood was pleasant. I hope this is correct for you, because this is the way I feel. I feel there was a lot of love. I feel there still is a lot of love. I feel your family are very close. I do feel a loss of a woman in the last few years, which has really hurt the family. But any loss of someone who's very special to you is difficult to cope with. So please do not be upset with yourself over how you emotionally feel, because I feel even though you're very connected to the mystic, I feel that you also are very grounded. I feel that you can find it quite easy to make harsh decisions and hard decisions. And this is no criticism of your personality, it's just saying you're stoic. So in a situation where you have to decide, for instance, say you are managing a team, you have to decide who the team is going. You can make that decision logically, but then when you go home, and this is metaphorical, this is not necessarily your work, when you go home, you can make decisions with your family in more of an emotionally led situation. So it's a really good way of being, because it brings balance, and this is really, really important. I want to bring in the story of Snow White. I want to bring in the story of, and as I link with Snow White, I'm actually seeing the Disney Snow White, and I feel that you would watch this around someone's house. This was a special, special treat. So this is something that should have some real fond memories. And especially connecting to you is the song When I Wish Upon a Star. Makes no difference who you are. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. So there's some memory link there with you, Stephaz. I'm very glad. Lost your aunt a few years back, and they can be as close as a mother, can't they? Don't like a fuss. No, I don't like a fuss either, but I am emotionally led, so it can be difficult to make those decisions. Okay, so say you don't like a fuss, and I've picked up this jewelry that's all muddled. Okay, so you're in a situation right now, Steph, where you're feeling a bit entangled with other people's stuff. So the first thing I want to suggest to you, please, is simplify. You don't need other people's bother. Just say to them, I'm compassionate, I care, but this isn't my life. You can be completely honest with people. I am all the time. And as a reader and as a healer, we have to be able to say, I'm sorry, I can't help at this moment, or pass on information for them to help themselves. Because this person especially, I feel it's a female around you, Steph, and I feel that she used to sing that. You should sing it again, because it'll really uplift your spirits. But this female around you is like a broken record. I don't know quite what's going on, but it just seems like it fixes and it breaks, and it fixes and it breaks. But it's always the same situation. And to be honest, it's a bit of a drain on your own energy. So you don't have to be cruel, but just like you would do with your other decisions, just say, I'm really sorry, I sympathise, I love you, send her flowers. But just say, at the moment, I've got some of my own things going on. I really do need to have a little bit of free time to deal with it. Honesty is always the best policy. Okay, so this is the one you've got for your now. So there's definitely something you're being rewarded or you're going to be promoted of some form. Now, I'm not necessarily saying in the workplace that you're going to earn more, because it's important I don't put that into the reading, because that would not be a legal thing to do. But I do feel that you're being recognised in your workplace or within your work. Now, I don't feel you work self-employed, but I could be wrong. I do get things wrong. I am human. But within this, you've got the beautiful roses in the center, and I feel that roses would connect you to your auntie, because I feel that she is very strongly connected to you. And I'm feeling that the rose, as I link with the rose, I'm seeing roses on crockery, so this is something you should connect with. And I would hesitate a guess that I feel it's a tea set, but it's quite difficult for me to tell, because they're kind of showing me but not showing me. So I know that this lady would have had a little bit of difficulty with her mind before she passed. Okay, could be getting a job. Okay, well, I want to say to you, please don't worry about being unemployed, because what I'm seeing on the screen, I know you can't see it yourself, but I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. So it's like 5-star quality, top, you're top of the desirable list. And just know that it is going to work out. You do need to reach out, you do need to branch out, you need to step out your comfort zone. But the promotion of, like you said, if you're not working now, it will be a job that's coming along for you. I do want to say to you that there's been some things that you've gone, nah, don't think I want to do that. Apply for them all. Apply for them all. Because the feeling I get with this role is it will be something you don't particularly fancy, but it will lead on to something you fancy. So when we ask our spirit team, when we ask the angels to step in and support us, we must follow those breadcrumbs, even if those breadcrumbs seem a little bit adverse to what we know and understand as our own journey in this life. I suppose that's the way I could word it. But I do feel there's a few gemstones missing, Steph. So I feel that your glimmer's a little bit gone at the moment. I feel that there needs to be some organisation of everything in your life. So while you have this time free, organise and sort things out. Organise and sort things. I got to be careful how I word this. Organise and sort things of a internet nature. Let's just say that. And just make sure your ducks are in a row, because that's what they're telling me, putting the ducks in the row. But I know that by next year, things are going to be back to where they were before. So I just don't want you to worry about it, but just know that your desirable character, make sure you don't downplay yourself with your CV, and make sure that you get, if you can, a fixed reference, because it's a lot easier than asking for references from people at this uncertain time. In the process of sorting things in my life, wonderful. So when I say a fixed reference, if you get a printed out reference from your previous employers, then if the businesses are shut, if the mail is delayed, all these factors, you will find that it will be easier for you to prove who you are and what you do. Okay. Lovely. Superb. Superb. All right, what we got here? Okay, so we've got, I've made it into a bit of a muddle. It does look like I don't look after my jewelry at all, but it's just got twisted. All right, so this one here is labradorite. Let me just show you. Ooh. And I don't know whether you can see, hopefully if I turn it a little bit, you can see that it flashes green. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone. It's a beautiful, beautiful necklace. It's really precious. The spiral in the center represents spirit, and that's what I have tattooed on my finger. So it represents spirit being at the center of everything. It also represents the understanding that you are safe. You know, everything is there for you. Everything is already mapped out in the stars as such. I want to say with the labradorite that You must make sure that within the darkness, within the difficult times, you're looking for the light. Look for the brightness. Wear bright colours. Put some red on your body if you're feeling low in power, low in energy. Don't give your power away. Your friend that's taking up some of your reserves in your own energy, you need to deal with that. But also know that your personal power must be held to you. So the strength that you had 6 months ago, which I know you had, because there's something you had to deal with, remember that strength and just keep on walking through it. The labradorite also, this pendant actually, was given to me by a really good friend, my really good friend Sophie. I love her very, very much. We don't see so much of each other because of current situations, but we're still in each other's hearts. And I feel that there's someone there for you, Steph, of a same nature. So I feel there's someone who you were friends with, but you don't see so much of. And just know that she's still in you're still in her heart. But I really want to encourage you to find a friendship that's less draining. I'm not saying drop your friend, please don't take it as that. I'm just saying that there's people out there that don't have a constant need, and that's really important to have those people in your life also. The brown on it is just saying about the grounding, and just saying about making sure that when you're feeling a bit tizzy, when you're feeling a bit like things aren't right, you look at the facts, because you are a fact person. So you look at the facts and you deal with them accordingly. I hope that all made sense for you, Steph, and I wish you great luck. Well, I don't feel you need it, but just keep making sure that people know how wonderful you are. And a CV is about selling yourself, so we mustn't downplay it. If you 6 months ago, oh my gosh, 6 months ago, oh, that's what you had to be very strong with. Well done, because that's very hard. I've been made redundant myself, and I had an office job, and I was escorted out the building. It was quite horrible, to be frank. I did take them to court though, so I got the last laugh, but I can't legally talk about it. So there you go. It was a very different scenario, very different scenario. What I want to say though, Steph, is that you weren't particularly happy there. Know that something better for you is coming along, and I just need to make sure that your CV's not underselling you. Get those fixed references and apply for everything you see that suits your price bracket or the hours you can work, because you can always sidestep, and this is really important. Once you're into a company you want to work with, you can sidestep. It's very difficult, Steph, but you can pick it up. Okay, lots of people are in the same boat, but it can change. It can change. You have valuable skills. You've got valuable experience. Don't downplay yourself. Put it on paper or employ someone to write your CV. My friend wrote my CV when I was a carer, and it said things like excellent at data entry and following legal procedures and things like that, because there's so much you do within a role that you don't realize has value. So sometimes someone else being involved in it can be really helpful. But yes, do get in contact with me if you would like her details, because she does this professionally. All right, lots of love, Steph. Thank you very much for working with me. So I hope everyone's enjoying today's show. I know I'm doing a little bit longer readings today. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Hi, Sabrina. Nice to see you here. Yeah, let's do one more never had, and then one more regular. Let's reward the regulars. Gary Walker, never had a reading, but enjoy these shows. Oh, lovely. I love your smile, Gary. I love your smile. I bet you're a bit of a laugh, aren't you? On that note, you got magic mushrooms. I had to say that. I'm not going to delve into that past. We got a bottle, we got drink me, we got eat me, and we got magic mushrooms. So this is a necklace I made when I was, I think, about 17 or 18. It's my Alice in Wonderland necklace, hence the fly agaric mushrooms, the good old magic mushrooms and such like. Magic mushrooms and witches have long been connected, let's say. My words have really dropped out of my brain today. And it's because the witches would fly with the fly agaric. So maybe that's something you did in the past, or maybe more like something you really enjoyed looking into was the myth and the magic and the pagan culture. Because I would love to see, I would love to know what that's about. But I just feel that you've always been interested in the paranormal. And as I link with the paranormal, I do feel that you had some very interesting experiences as a young child. And I do feel that you had an invisible friend, which wasn't quite that invisible. So please do let me know if this information is correct. The eat me, the drink me, the playfulness of this necklace just shows me that you are someone who lived life to the full. Not saying you don't do now, but I'm just feeling that you calmed down a little bit. I feel that you calmed down a little bit. I also feel that there's a very much an artistic quality in you that's been hidden for many, many years. This artistic quality that I'm sensing is around Dungeons and Dragons or around the little metal figures and painting them. So if you can let me know, Gary, if I'm on the right track. I could be completely off it, but who knows? Who knows? Okay. So Alice in Wonderland, one of the things with Alice in Wonderland and with the energy of Alice in Wonderland is you can end up going down what we call the rabbit hole. So I know in the past you've had a situation where you've started investigating the information that you come across, paranormal, etc. A raver, me too. I say I never ever will stop being a raver. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a story for another time. We'll save the ravey stories. But yes, great times, great camaraderie. And I think the thing is that people don't realise with ravers and with people of that culture is that we were about the group, we were about the clan, the tribe, and we all hung out and we all went down to dark alleyways and met up and followed a text message here, there and everywhere, and it was all a bit mental. But it was like us following down the rabbit hole. It was like that journey of going into the unknown with kind of anticipation, but excitement, nervousness. It was all the emotions put together. And I really feel that you would have been, Gary, with your beautiful smile, I feel that you would have been the person that everyone knew. It would be like, hey, there's Gary or Gaz or whatever you want to be called at that time. So I'm going to move out of this energy because I'm loving it far too much and I need to move into the present day. Okay, sorry, no, sorry, no. Sorry, no, sorry, no. What does sorry, no mean? Oh, you study Vikings. Okay, you study Vikings. Okay. I did paint an aeroplane as a kid, a model one. All right, interesting. Okay. Wrong with the figures. So where were the figures going? So you have you got figures to go with your Viking information, Viking interest? I have a Viking rune on my wrist. I have, don't think you can see it. There you go. I have a Viking rune on my wrist. Well, it's not a rune, is it? It's a Icelandic helm. There you go. All right. If I got that wrong, I apologize, but you do have little figurines because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing little figurines. I do want to say, though, you have a creative nature in your mind, but you always say that everyone else is creative, not you. But you're creative out of problems. You're creative out of what you can do with things. You're resourceful. Okay, so we're going to move on, Gary. If you can give me some feedback, really would benefit the reading for you. Okay, so present day, we've got a real mixed situation going on at the moment. So I feel that sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. There's a little bit of not quite knowing what your energy is doing, not quite knowing what you want out of life, because it feels like you were at a point in life before this scenario in the world, and you're starting to think, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go this direction. And it just, whatever it was you had set in motion didn't quite come off. Or if it did come off, not in the way that you wanted it to. So the red in this is saying about you needing a little bit more confidence. The white in here is saying about purity. So it's saying that you've changed the way you used to live. I feel that you live much more of a gentle lifestyle on yourself. It may even be that you decided for January to abstain from alcohol. I'm not sure, but they're just saying a little bit of purity is doing you some good. There is a feeling around you that there is someone that you're supporting in their darker days. So someone who's finding it very difficult, but they're finding it very difficult with their health as well. I can't go into health, but that's just the information I'm being given. Can I ask, Gary, are you one of 3 children? Can you answer me where the 3 is coming in? Because it's either you're one of 3 children or you have a family of 3, and I'd like to know which one it is, please, before I proceed. No to painting figures. Okay, I think we've got a bit of a delay with Gary on his responses. Oh, and I'm so hot, Gary. Are you really hot right now? Whoa. Okay. Cannot draw. Creative is not about drawing. I'm very creative, but I'm not very good physical. No, I'm not very good life. What's it called? Life drawing artist. You know, creative. Unfortunately, it's being given a notion that being creative means you can have a vase in front of you of flowers and you can draw it. That's just drawing. Yes, it's creative, but you can be creative in so many different ways. The information behind me, you know, this wonderful drawing, this wonderful graphic, sorry, is creative, but Richard hasn't put a pencil or a pen to a paper. I started a business before COVID. Okay, so right now, I just feel that it's time to learn more. Find out more about what you want to do. Find out all the nitty-gritty things that you didn't have time to do, and build up your understanding for when things open up again, because I just feel that this, it feels like things have closed. The door has closed. Okay, so I feel that the door has physically closed, but they're saying that things are going to work out for you. You just need to plan and prepare. I only drink at Christmas, really. Okay. All right. So I want to say that for you, Gary. Your partner has cancer. Oh, bless you, sweets. Bless you. So can I ask everyone on this broadcast, please, to send healing towards Gary? And if Gary chooses to pass that healing to his wife, he can. We don't have, or partner, we do not have permission to send it directly to her. So that's why I'm asking for that. Okay. There's also a dream of Africa between you both. So I want to say to you that this dream of Africa is still real. It still could happen, but just not right now. Sweating. Okay. Bless you, darling, because I can feel it. I can feel the heat. All right, so we want to go into the future for you. What have we got for the future for you? Oh, got hearts. Queen of Hearts. So, a whole lot of love, whole lot of love. I just want to say to you that the time is precious, and we know this. Time is precious, but you must wear your heart on your sleeve. There's something you've not said that you keep holding off, that the spirit world just says, just say it. It needs to be said. Really, really needs to be said. The red is to do with the confidence. It's to do with the strength of the power of having your own business. It's to do with the solidness of your own business. This plastic it's made from, you can't remold it. You can't change it. So it's just saying that things are going to be sturdy. Things are going to be stable. There is going to be a time of difficulty that you know is coming ahead, but I feel that difficulty will pass. Moving on, I want to say to you that with your partnership, there's a consideration of unity, and I really feel that that is going to come into play in the next few years. It is a decision you need to make, but I do feel that that is coming for you. But I just want to say that there's so much love around, Gary. Please, please reach out, make sure you get the support you need, and just try not to focus into the worst case scenario, and try and bring back some of that fun time, Gary, that you both know is within you. Oh, I feel like I've given up. Don't give up. Listen to the song by Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel. Don't give up. It's very difficult. I really appreciate this, but things will work out for you. Okay. Lots of love there, darling. Don't be a stranger, and know that we are a family here and you can reach out anytime. Okay. Thank you very much. Hi, Lynn Taylor. Thank you for being here. Yes, please. Hi, Sally Walker. Hello, Sally Walker. How are you doing? Okay, so if you can interact with me, it really helps. It helps enhance the reading. So I'm picking up straight away what I call my gypsy bangle. So Sally Worker, I believe that you have a connection with spirit. I believe you have a connection with spirit with a Romany or a gypsy guide. I feel this is a member of your family going back, and it's going back, I believe going back to Europe, because they're taking me over land, over the sea, they're taking me into land, and they're taking me into the forest. So they're taking me to the Black Forest. This is where I believe it is. If you haven't connected with this lady, please ask her to present herself to you, because she would like to work with you if you have not connected, but I believe you know her already. So the flowers in this bracelet are very much telling me that you had a gentle, thank you for your time, Gary, I appreciate it, and sorry for your struggles. You had a gentle upbringing. You love nature. You've always loved nature. But as I say about nature and flowers, I feel right now, and in this older age, you have a bit of an allergy, because I can hear a sneezing. So I know that there's some flowers that you can't have around you. I want to say that the little leaves in here are also saying about being very playful. They're saying about having a home which had lots of nice outdoor space. You had space around your home as well, so you didn't live in a very cramped space, and that was really beautiful for you. Now, I believe that you are one of possibly 3 or 4. I'm not quite certain, because I'm trying to link in with this information. But I know that your family are very connected, very connected. You don't know her. You will do. She'll come to you, okay? So if you sit in meditation or you sit in a quiet place, just ask for your ancestor, your Roman ancestor, to come to you, and lots of things will make sense, because there's things that you're naturally drawn to. So you're naturally drawn to like brass metal. You're naturally drawn to the very old ways of living life. You love the idea of an aga. You love the idea of an open fire which you cook your kettle on. These things that will come through your bloodline, okay? All right. So in the past as well, I feel that there was a relationship that was quite a long time, and unfortunately this relationship wasn't beneficial to you. And they're saying that you know now the leopard didn't change his spots. So I want to bring that to you, and I want to also bring to you that the self-care you brought in after this scenario is part of what's made you who you are right now, because you support so many people through their difficult times, especially with emotions. Allergic to everything but mainly dust. Okay, but they're just showing me you sneezing. Oh, bless you. I used to have nosebleeds with dust, but it's gone now, which is probably a good thing, seeing as I'm a horrific housewife. There you go. Great psychic medium, terrible housewife. All right, so for your now, I've got the pearls. Okay, so I've got a lady that would like to connect with you. I've got a lady who'd like to connect to you that would have had pearls in a black jewelry box, because she's showing me the black velvet inside the black jewelry box. She's also saying that she had very great difficulty with her chest, and she wants to say to you, thank you for all you did, because it feels like you were running here, there and everywhere, but you made sure that this lady had everything she needed. And she, at the end of her days, was quite particular. She got very stuck in her ways, and it wasn't necessarily her, it was partly how her condition had made her turn. But I want to say to you about the clasp here, because I don't believe they're diamonds, but they're definitely zircons or some kind of paste. If they're diamonds, well, I'm rolling in it, aren't I? I didn't even think to check them. But yes, they're some kind of paste. And they've got this lovely, what we call an 8 cut on the top. So the 8 cut is interesting because 8 is the symbol of infinity, and the symbol of infinity reminds you that what's within is without, what's without is within. So I hope that made some sense. I know it doesn't with grammar, because I can't even say that word. I'm very lost for my words at the moment. This lady was really finding it difficult to communicate clearly, but I want to say that, you know, you're beautiful inside, you're beautiful outside, and it really does make a difference how you are. Sometimes you feel you don't do enough, you haven't strived enough. There's people out there who are struggling so much harder in life, but you can still shine from who you are and affect those people, even though you're not necessarily rescuing them or doing everything for them. I feel that's really important to say. I know you're the diamond in the rough. I know that you're someone who does a lot for other people that doesn't shout from the rooftops about it. I also know that you're quite, well, no, not quite. You're a clever lady. You are a clever lady. Some people dismiss that your qualifications or your studying or your understanding or knowledge of the world, but I don't feel that's for you to shout, because like I say, you're just someone who doesn't want to announce too much to the world. This is also bringing to me a childhood story that I used to listen to, which was all about, it was a Scottish story, so there's a connection with Scotland with you as well. And it was all about the fairies being given the pearls. And every year they got another pearl and strung it on their necklace until they had a full necklace. When the full necklace was together, they put it round their neck and then they could fly. Could be mum, but no pearls. Okay, all right. Okay. No. Can I leave you with that, Sally? Because it's definitely pearls. It's definitely pearls, but I could have two scenarios that I'm mixing. Okay. All right. Let's see if we've got something else you can show me. So this lady that I'm working with has got a small rotary watch. It's got a small face and a metal bracelet. I don't know what type of metal it is, but it would be a small narrow, I believe it's rotary, that's what I'm seeing. But if not, it's a very narrow lady's watch with a metal bracelet that she would have had. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. And there's a number 27 that connects you to her as well. Number 27. All right, I'm going to move on to your future because we don't want to get stuck in the present, do we? Well, we do and we don't. We do and we don't. That's a difficult one, isn't it? That's a difficult one. Oh my gosh. So this I brought in Germany or Finland. Which one? Come on, help me. I believe I brought it in Germany. I brought this one in Germany, and there's it's a really unpractical item. Okay, so what I want to do, Sally, is I want to put you in a position where you stop worrying about everything being right, everything being in its place. I want you to mix things up a bit. I want you to change what you're doing around a bit, because there's something you're doing, and I feel this is possibly in spirit work. If you're a spirit worker, there's something you're doing that you've got very comfortable with, and they kind of want to zhuzh it up. They want to change things up. They want you to work in a different way. I'm seeing you with pencils or pens and scribbling. So if you're not a spirit worker, it's to do with your own art. But that's what I'm seeing with this. Now, this necklace it has got a few stones missing, but it still has beauty in itself. And it's still, I mean, I bought it around the time of Madonna, so you can understand that it had a place then. Unfortunately, it catches on everything possible, but I can't let go of it because it's sentimental. And I feel that that's something that's going on very much around you coming forward, Sally, is that you need to make the decision, and possibly I need to make the decision whether this goes, but you need to make a decision whether you're keeping things because they have a use, or you're keeping things because of sentimental attachment. If it's sentimental attachment, box it up and put it somewhere out the way, because sometimes you can feel a bit like you don't know where anything is because you've got so much around you. And believe me, the Romany blood also will make you have this natural tendency to collect things, natural tendency to want ornaments, natural tendency to want your things on show. This is very normal, okay? So I want to bring that to you. I want to bring to you the idea of volunteering, because I feel that's coming up for you. And I do feel the volunteering is around what you learn or what you know. So I'm not going to feel into that any further because I don't feel it's for me to say. Birthday is the 27th, thought I'd say. Thank you for letting me know. But I want to say that your desire to support and care and share can be used in a way of the knowledge you have already is so strong. You just need to trust and believe in yourself, and I do trust and believe in you. Lots and lots of love there, Sally Worker. Hope that made some sense to you and you enjoyed your reading. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, purple's a sign of the psychic, so there you go. Try crystal ball if you haven't. Hi, Rosca. Nice to see you here. Hello, Peter Piper. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. B. Oh, one at a time, eh? All right, we'll go for the lady on the left because I don't feel quite so comfortable reading two at the same time. So it may well. I was going to say it may well have some relevance. Okay, so I'm going to start with the past. Now, the past is my bracelet I got for Christmas from my dear friend. It's got on it a lock. It's got on it an owl. It's got on it a shell, a moon, a crystal, another shell, and a shamrock. So I feel there's a connection definitely with Ireland within your family. And there's a real connection with understanding magic. As a child, you would look for four-leaf clovers, and I believe you would have found them. I really believe you have found them. One of my friends finds loads of them. I've got one pressed. They are out there. You just got to know and believe that you're going to find them. But you unlock the key to your own understanding of paganism, of nature's magic, nature's healing. And even though I don't feel you necessarily actively work with this at the moment, I feel this is what's made you, okay? Now the blue in it's saying that you're a very clear communicator. So I feel that you're in a caring position or caring profession, sorry, where you support people who don't find life quite so easy. I don't quite know what it is, but that's what they're bringing to me. And I also want to say that you're someone who really likes the nighttime. There's working around the full moon for certain and the new moon. So there's some kind of interest in possibly Wiccan or magic or something along that lines. And you're really in touch with your femininity. This is important because this is a major part of you. Now, this isn't a Pandora bracelet. Someone stamped Pandora on it. So there is something about your personality that sometimes you put this brave smile on, but you don't feel that smile inside. So I want to say, even though you've got these wonderful qualities that we spoke about, please make sure, don't worry if you don't understand the Irish connection, it could be way back, but don't worry at all. But please make sure that you speak to people about really how you're really truly feeling, because you can push things down and that's not actually good for you. That's where your anxiety, your sleepless nights, and your kind of being unkind to yourself in your own mind can stir up. Okay, I hope that made some sense. Okay, where are we going next? What we got here? Done that one, and undo that one. All right. Oh, interesting. So this is my medicine bag that I made myself. I made it on a shamanic camp. My buttons are a bit heavy for it, and my butterfly fell apart. But other than that, it's a nice little medicine bag. They're really simple to make. Really, really simple to make. Let me show you. All you do is you have like a shape, a bit like a pointy, don't know how you'd word it, almost looks like a turnip or something. Yeah. So you have a round and you have the point, and then you punch the holes in all around the side, thread your leather through, use some beads that are quite stiff and it holds it together. But inside this, I don't know whether it's still in here. There should be things in here. So let's see. It may have come out after time. Yeah. Still smells of sage. Doesn't have it in, but it still smells of sage. So there's an interest in shamanism. There's an interest in magic, working with the elements. There's a real interest in mediumship, especially. And the teapot I've put on because I'm a tea leaf reader. So there's an interest in divination, mediumship, everything that's kind of exciting, because it feels like life's really on hold for you at the moment. It feels like it's kind of all work and no play. And there's something you used to do. I know I said earlier that I'd love to play chess with you, but there's something you used to do on a social level that you can't do at the moment, and you're really missing that. Maybe you met up with another couple, maybe you met up with another friend, I'm not quite certain. But I want to say to you that these things will come again. Please try and work interactively across the internet, so you can still even play chess across the internet if you chose to. But I just want to bring more playfulness in. I want to bring in the study of magic. So I'd recommend a book called by Sunbear, which is called the Medicine Wheel Workbook. It's one of the best books I've ever come across. It's so clear. It's got how to make these. It's got how to make smudge fans. It's got how to understand a medicine wheel. And medicine wheels you have in stones, in herbs, in so many different things. Animals you can have in a medicine wheel as well. And it's all to do with connecting the various attributes to those objects or those creatures. So I want to encourage you with this, Mrs. B, because I really feel that it will bring you something new, because it just feels like it's a bit stalemate at the moment. And I know you have spirituality in you. I know that you have a psychic ability. I know that you've studied in the past, but for whatever reason you compare yourself to other people. Now, I will tell this to everyone watching: never compare yourself, because we are all different molds. And actually, I remember very vividly the time ghost hunting with two good friends. Oh, bless you. I remember very vividly. Aha, that's why they want to do the chess set. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I remember very vividly being at demonstrations or being with friends in circle and going, oh, I wish I could do what they do. I'm no good. And the moment I relaxed and just did my own thing, which was kind of enforced because of the scenario, it started working. So don't compare yourself. It's really important. I would love you, Mrs. B, to consider connecting with your friends that you do the ghost hunting with, setting up a chess set, and asking Spirit to work with you and move the chess set pieces. Because I feel that they just keep showing me this chess set, and I feel that there's something you can do across the ether, across the internet. Know that we can do mediumship with people we've never met in different worlds. So, you know, Spirit works in the most amazing ways. As long as you respect them, which I know you and your friends do, it will work for you. It really will. All right. Thank you. All right. So, future for you, darling. Where are we going? Where are we going? I've got my specs. What a strange future. Okay. All right. So, there's something you've been thinking about writing a book. I want to encourage you to write a book of your stories, of your ghost stories, your ghost hunts. Okay. I want you to see clearly, because it feels like you've been wanting to see Spirit for such a long time. And quite often, as a clairvoyant myself, I see Spirit within my mind. I don't see them outside. So I operate very much within this space. I don't see them coming along or standing by me or anything like that. I sense them. So I want you to see clearly. So I want you to develop your psychic ability, your clairvoyance. There's so many things you can do. Working with Bev Mann, if you haven't done already, on Friday afternoons is incredible. The purple on here is a little bit wearing off. So I know that there's a feeling with you that you're not quite feeling up to par. You're not quite feeling like you've done it for some time, but I know it's what brings your sparkle back. I know the magic, the psychic work brings your sparkle back and makes you feel really happy in who you are. So I really want to bring that to you. But I also want to bring the idea of different experiments. So you could set up all sorts of games. Just sit and ask Spirit. You can ask your family if you choose to. And just know that by connecting with the other paranormal investigators, obviously you can have a video or a camera phone set up to watch what's going on. Nothing might happen. It might not happen the first time, might not happen the second time, it might happen the third time. But I know that Spirit's showing me this chess set, so they want you to do this experiment. You could even set it up and leave it. You could even set it up and leave it if you don't want to sit and talk over the broadcast. But I want you to see clearly. I want you to trust what you're seeing. I want you to trust what you're feeling, trust what you're seeing inside your head, because sometimes it's a case of as I'm early on my spiritual journey. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's a long journey. You know, it keeps going and going. But I want you to write down your memoirs. I want you to write down your memoirs of what you've experienced, the good, bad, and ugly, because there's some really funny things that you've experienced within your time. If not a book, maybe writing a blog, because the blog might be a little bit less laborious for you. But I also want to bring in the idea of different experiments. So, you know, once you've got an idea of what you want to do, with the chess set, you could also do different board games. You could say, Spirit, play with me. You can leave a deck of cards out all face down and see if they're turned upside down. But you do need to set your intentions with Spirit. So you do need to ask them to play a game with you. You do need to ask them to turn the card. Okay, trust in yourself, trust in your guides. We all use our imagination. That's how we work. So when I say to you, I'm seeing the chess set, it's because it's in my mind that I'm seeing a chess set in front of me. On a rare occasion, I see a physical chess set in front of my eyes, but mostly it's within my thought, within my mind. So it's your imagination you use. So don't just say it's all in my imagination. Work with that imagination. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. B. I enjoyed doing that. Thank you for working with me. Thank you. So I'd like to introduce what's on tonight, because we're going to conclude shortly. Thank you very much for being here. I'm here every Monday at 3:45. Please do join me. So this evening at 8 o'clock this evening, we have the lovely Matt and Kirsty Grogan. It's live mediumship and oracle card readings whilst answering your spiritual questions. So there was a gentleman on earlier, Mr. Piper, I believe, who wanted to know something about his own spiritual question. I would suggest you go to Matt and Kirsty and ask them, and if they answer your question, you also get a little reading that will give you some insight as well, sir. Thank you very much for being here. So I'm Indigo, and this is Rachel Galbraith, and she's on with Palmistry and Tarot readings tomorrow night from 10:30 p.m. So those of you who want to stay up late and have a bit of an exciting evening, please do join her. Do we have anything on after that? No. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed our show today. If you'd like to become a patron, the information is readily available, and you can be a patron from £1 a month, which really helps run this completely free service for yourselves. Myself and all the people on here work completely for the benefit of the people. We do offer private readings, which you can contact us about. VIPs will get a discount with me, so please do mention if you are a VIP. And also, I just hope you really enjoyed that show today, because I've enjoyed myself very much. So I'm Indigo Creative Clairvoyant, otherwise known as Indigo Starseed, and this is Indigo's Oracle. I really hope to see you next Monday at 3:45. And please don't forget, it's not about the messenger, it's always about that message. Take care. Bye-bye.